You sent your cameraman to shoot other teams. The subterfuge was fueling all your super dreams. But now your dynasties come apart at the seams. You cheated. You cheated. You had us thinking you're as good as it gets. But then your right-hand man went off to coach the Jets. He flipped and now you're grilling on the charcoal briquettes. You cheated. And now your hoodie's all wet. You cheated. Cheated. Thought you would go undefeated. Went to the desert show in low class. That's where the Giants walked on your ass. You cheated. You cheated. You cheated. You cheated. Despite the scandal, it was going so well. You had nothing to fear from Commissioner Goodell. But you forgot about Matt Walsh, who was just...
You know, every once in a while you get somebody that comes along that you feel immoral to, that you feel invaluable to. You know, Pat's Lover, that's not you. Your quarterback's looking soft. Your offensive line is looking soft. What do you think? You're actually going to run Fred Taylor this Sunday against the number 1 rush defense in the NFL? Or is Tom Brady going to pass to Randy Moss, who hasn't looked at all what Randy Moss is used to looking like? He's an imposter, a fake. Tell Tom Brady to go back to school this year. He needs to go back to school. He suffered an injury last year. I think he needs a little bit more schooling to come into the NFL this year, because he's not looking good. He's looking garbage. What are you going to boast on how you won a big game against the Atlanta Falcons, against a defense that hasn't been as great as anybody else, that hasn't looked nearly as good as they used to look? But yet when you come against the Jets, one of the top 10 defenses in the NFL right now, you go down. So yet I think you guess that you're going to have a field day on Baltimore, right? And I love how you boast about how the Patriots have whipped our asses 4-0. Let me remind you of something. It was a cool Monday Night Football game. Tom Brady, line of scrimmage, 4th and 5. Throws. Incomplete pass. The Patriots are stumped. Their perfect season is over. Yet, if it was not for number 28 and that defensive holding call, your season would have been over. You go back to 1st and 10. At the 10, you throw, you get it. So that's why you won the game? No, the game was over. And if it wasn't for our player, your season would have been over. Over. Done. Even though you made the playoffs, it would have been done. But you know what? You got your asses handed to you in Super Bowl 42. Didn't you? You learned. You learned the hard way, but you learned. And then you boast about how the offense on the Ravens side is going to have a horrible day against the defense on the Patriots side. Let me remind you something. You lost Seymour. You lost Bruschi. Two of your best defensive players. Wilfork might not even be playing. If he's not playing, you better watch out for RMM. Rice, McGahee, McLean. The three-headed monster. You better watch out for Kelly Washington. You better watch out for Derek Mason. You better watch out for what I would say to be the number 1 quarterback in the NFL right now in Joe Flacco. Boasting, running, and handling the best offense in the AFC, which is the Baltimore Ravens. Who do you have? Who do you have to bring up? You have Mayo. Is he even playing? Who do you have? Who do you have to stop the running game? Who do you have to stop the passing game is what I want to know. I'll give you your props. You did hold us to 6 points altogether in Foxborough, but you know what? That was an old team when the offense didn't do what it was supposed to do. Let's put it that way. But you know what? Now the offense is doing what it's supposed to do. It's being an offensive team. Our D-line is looking better at every game. And you're going up against, I would arguably say, the number 1 defense in the NFL. I don't care about stats. I would say the number 1 defense in the NFL. The number 1 pass rushers in the NFL. My opinion. A great secondary. But yet, you're going to have a field day, right? You're funny. You're funny. You sit there and you bawl on how you beat the Falcons and how you're gonna go ahead and beat every other team in the AFC and win the division. Week 4, right? Where are you at?